welcome back to an episode of the Liverpool Save Complete Playthrough. If you're enjoying the series so far, drop a like on it. Let's aim for a modest 500 likes. If you're enjoying the series, drop a like and let's get straight into it then. Today we have an EFL Cup game, which means a double header, which means we're going to kick things relatively straightforward off with the Sunderland match and then a game against Hull. So two games that we were expected to win, two quite interesting games, and these are the points we need to be taking, like the Hull game later on, Swansea after that, and then we've got some tricky games against both Manchester clubs coming up not long after that either. So these are the games we need to take points from, games like Hull, as well as progressing in the EFL Cup. I think we're not in Europe this year. It would make sense for us to progress further in this, and injuries last time out then to Pastore and to Klein mean that they'll probably miss this first game. Klein should be back for the second, whereas Pastore probably going to sit out both. Irritating considering I'm paying him £170,000 a week, which is a lot, I would admit. Right then, let's continue forward. That last game, obviously, if you watched last episode, another draw, not the ideal result. I mean, we're avoiding defeat, but it's not what we're looking for. Now, the game against Sunderland, of course, in the first game we played in the EFL Cup, if you remember, against Fulham, we played a relatively rotated side. I mean, that Premier League form looks dreadful when you look at it like that, doesn't it? 2 draws, 1 defeat, and we've had Mane, so we've got no excuse. We're going to play a similarly rotated side, but the issue I've got at the moment is that my current team aren't really finding form, and I want to try and find out if we can figure out the solution to the problems in a game which is on paper supposed to be a little bit softer, especially in the Cup. Sunderland I don't think will be trying as hard as maybe we should be to win this tournament, so we'll see how we get on. In terms of changes then, we're going to make a few. Karius is going to come in in goal. Trent Alexander-Arnold is obviously going to come in for Klein. We're going to have Klavan come in as well at the back. We're probably going to bring Grujic in for Emre Can, who's played a lot of football so far this season. Play Lucas Leiva next to him, more defensive central midfielder, so I think that probably makes sense. Adam Lallana is going to get his game today, and everything else, though, actually, I'm going to keep the same. We're going to keep Mane out there, Coutinho, Keita. I want to see from these boys if we can finally start clicking. We'll bring on some players that will probably feature in the latter part of the game. In fact, we'll bring Moreno in at left-back as well. Moreno, even, in at left-back. Kevin Stewart will probably put on the bench. So there are a few players that we can bring in. And also Firmino is probably going to come in onto the bench as well because he needs the games, essentially. We'll take Wijnaldum out for that one. So, in terms of system, we're going to keep the same system, have 2 playmakers again, either side of them, inside forwards, Grujic and Lucas in the middle, youth and experience, and the back line, very much the same thing, Alexander-Arnold there, but with Matip, Klavan, Moreno, it should be a good enough lineup to beat a Sunderland side. So, as we go into this game, it'll be interesting to see what Sunderland are doing, how strong they've gone for this particular one, and as the game loads in then, we're, of course, favourites of the game, but we seem to be favourites of the game a lot. Sunderland playing quite a defensive formation here then. Pickford in goal, the far front, names you probably recognise, as well as obviously Yanaz on that right side, Oviedo. They're playing Gooch in the middle, lining Gooch, who doesn't look like... I mean, it doesn't look like him to be starting in the Premier League for them. The American looks like a decent player, but probably not a starter week in, week out. Paddy McNair's in the centre for them too. So... it's, again, a midfield battle. In terms of how much of the ball we have, it's probably going to be a lot. And... as we're a team that start out in control, for the first half we are going to do that, but I'm going to look to change that to attacking or counter-attacking a lot quicker this time round. That team talk again has gone well. The team talks constantly go badly to the point where no one reacts or people look switched off. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I'm doing something wrong apparently. As the teams are out then, and looking nice there. I don't know why they line up for so long. They don't need to do that, I don't think, anymore. There's me making analysis on the bit that they walk out on. There's no pro zone for that, though, disappointingly. Right, let's see how we get on there. These 2 advanced playmakers, how will they be impacted today with the inclusion of Lucas? Obviously, we had a long look at James Milner last time and his impact on the game. Hopefully we'll see Lucas play a little bit more defensively. He might be a player actually that suits this system generally far better, which will be interesting as Coutinho finds Lallana. And after 10 minutes, we're finding chances already. Coutinho plays through to Keita, and that, my friends, that was nice to see. That is the Liverpool goal. We mentioned last time when Keita scored that header from the Mane cross. That isn't the sort of Liverpool goal I was expecting. This, though, this certainly is. You see the reverse angle. Lallana into Coutinho, first time ball into Keita, and the finish is smart. Jordan Pickford in the Sunderland goal. He looks devastated, but based on the goalkeeping, it wasn't the best. We'll actually go back to live. I was going to show you what he was doing, but he was sort of just meandering out with his head in his hands before the goal had gone in, it felt like. So, not the best. Well, we're not connecting with too many crosses today. We are winning most of the headers. Okay, ideally, playing inside forwards, we're not going to be crossing the ball in as much. We're going to try and work it a little bit more. When we score an early goal, this system looks great, but on the reverse of that, 46 minutes gone, 45 minutes gone, of course, half time. I mean, I'm going to show you the stats again. We've had 4 shots at home to Sunderland. Now, 65% possession and nearly 400 passes is great, but is it really, like, is this the problem in the Premier League, that we're trying to dominate games too much? I think we're going to go into the tactics screen, of course, and then we're going to change this to attacking. Second half, I want to see how differently we play. The fullbacks are going to push on far more. These 2 defensive players will stay defensive because that's the role they're under. But all of these attacking players now will be going more will be going more attacking. They're all on support. Hopefully they'll start to put a bit more pedal to the metal, as they say. As we're underway for the second half, the closing down should be a little bit more aggressive. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be curious. In terms of pass completion, it's 86%. Let's see if that drops when we play more attacking. It's already gone down to 85%. Again, 65% possession it was. Let's see how those alter as the game progresses and goes through. I'm hoping, though, we're going to see us push on a little bit more. And against teams like Sunderland, this is really a test for Hull. Of course, we've got Hull coming up. They're 19th in the table. I'm testing to see if we should probably start the game against Hull playing attacking, as Sunderland have just fouled one of my men, which is outrageous, as Donald Love gets his booking. And Coutinho gets to put in a... I mean, the referee held that for a long time. Coutinho with a delivery, cleared though by Dillabodji. Coutinho picks it up again, forward towards Joel Matip, who loses out in the air. Trent Alexander-Arnold's beaten by Jermaine Defoe, and all of a sudden... Oh, my goodness grief. Jermaine Defoe through on goal, 1-on-1 against Karius. I don't know what to say about that, really. Is that just an inexperienced error from Trent Alexander-Arnold? Is the delivery from Coutinho so bad that we offer ourselves up? Of course, we're playing attacking, so there's no one covering or anything like that. Jermaine Defoe races through. It's a good finish, but for goodness sakes, boys, what is that all about? It's just so disappointing. Confusing, mainly, but disappointing. 20 minutes left on the clock. I think changes are going to have to be made. And Roberto Firmino is going to come on for Coutinho, for Lallana. Lallana's not playing as well. You're going to become my Trequartista, Roberto. That's what we're going to try. I'm just trying things now, it seems. There's an opportunity to probably bring Origi on. We're going to get Chiesa off. He's on a 7.1. He scored the goal, but I want him fit for that game in the week, or in the weekend, I should say. I mean, the amount of possession we're having, the amount of the ball we're having is outrageous. Like, I don't think, like, we're not playing with the same possession. We haven't got short passing. We are trying to work it into the box, and we are playing out of the defence. We're going to take work ball into box off then. And, okay, there's 2 minutes to go. Are we about to now lose to Sunderland? I mean, they've got the chance. Manquillo, of course, former Liverpool player. Moreno as well, into Ojo. Coutinho now. This is where we need to see someone bomb on, maybe. And that's where it's not happening. The ball from Ojo inside is poor. Rodwell picks it up. Manquillo, is he going to get tackled, or is he going to keep possession? He keeps possession. Rodwell's got it now as he brings it forward. Grujic steps in, wins the ball off him, and now Coutinho. Ball down to Ojo. Lots of space to run into. Pacey guys, Shea Ojo as well. Ball whipped into the middle. Firmino's there as the Trequartista. He's right. I'll tell you what, positionally, he's just where you want him to be when a ball's put into the middle. And Firmino gets his goal. So the second half substitutes combine. Shea Ojo then on this left-hand side. The delivery's good into the middle. And like, you think about that now. You've got 2 players playing the similar role. Firmino's here. Coutinho's here. That Trequartista role for Firmino might be the thing. I mean, I'm basing it off the fact he scored 1 goal, but I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. So I guess we'll have to see as we go forward. But that's the impact I was hoping for, folks. That is the impact I was hoping for as the game ticks down. It looks like we're going to get our win in the League Cup and progress to the next round. This is at least there's one thing we're doing well in. It might not be the league, but we're looking really, really good in the EFL Cup. A 2-1 win against Sunderland. I say we're looking really, really good. We've had less shots than Sunderland, so take that of what you will. Well done, lads. A good win for us at last. Oh, dearie me. Right then. Let's move on to a second game. It's only a few days' time. Hopefully we're fit enough for it against Hull. There's probably going to be the draw, right, for this tournament as well. So we'll see who we get in the 4th round. Of course, we'll pair that again with a league game. It may well be a Manchester Derby. Not a Manchester Derby, sorry, a Manchester game we pair that with. When is the draw for this? I was assuming that it was right now, but apparently not. Okay, well, we'll wait and see. Okay, I think it's actually today. I saw it there. I think it's either today or tomorrow. We've got a pre-match press conference about the game against Hull. Carragher questions struggling Liverpool. Speaking to the Mirror, he's put, what's he said then? We're in poor form and so the next match against Hull is a must-win fixture. I dare say I would agree with that. He also revealed he saw a lot of potential in Benji, and that given time, the future appeared to be considerably more positive. Well, I mean, it's not ideal, but Jamie's entitled to his opinion, so there's no problem here. Sure, let's just say that. I'm not trying to start a war. Mane, of course, he's obviously recently signed on the game. I'm delighted with his start. He's proven to be a worthy outlet. I mean, I didn't pay for him, but he's doing okay. Let's give him the confidence that, you know, I'm pleased with how he's doing. I consider a strong favourite. I'm talking a big game here, and as the game saves, then we'll head on into the next one. I think we'll try this then. I think we'll try the Firmino as a trequartista, Coutinho as the playmaker. The issue is going to be, of course, that Pastore, is he necessarily that sort of player when we bring him in? I'm already thinking about what to do when it comes to the African combinations. I've got something in mind that we might pull out. I mean, I'll keep that under wraps for now. We're still in September, for goodness sake. Oh, here's the draw, by the way. EFL Cup. Was it 16 teams remain? So the big guns are still in there. Manchester United's still there. Chelsea's still there. Arsenal's still there. Spurs are still in this. So some big old teams. There's also like a few teams there that you probably wouldn't expect. Peterborough's still there. Oldham's still there, which is quite nice to see. Chelsea, Spurs, then Bournemouth, Arsenal, Peterborough, Cardiff, Manchester United, West Brom. Newcastle will play Liverpool. Bit of a Premier League classic. I don't know how Newcastle are getting on in the Championship, but there we are then. That rounds it off. Oldham with a nice away tie at West Ham as well. Okay, interesting. Good to see Peterborough or Cardiff will be in the last round, which would be nice. I'll say the last round, sorry, the next round, the quarterfinals. But we've got Newcastle away at St James's. Who does that pair up with then? Well, it's either going to be, do you know what? We'll keep it. We'll keep it northeast. It's currently going to be the Newcastle Middlesbrough games. We'll play together then. As we come forward then towards this Hull match, Pastore's still not fit enough to play. Neither is Joe Gomez. They're both on the way back, but not quite ready just yet. Neither in full training at this stage either. So away at Hull. Okay, let's see what we'll have to change here then. So we'll change one of them. We'll change the right-sided one, as that's what we did to a trequartista. We'll bring Firmino in to play that role. Everybody else, I mean, everyone else played pretty well. I mean, it was a pleasing performance, largely. We'll bring in some of our first teamers, though. Emre Can's going to come in, Seed's going to come in at left-back. Is Klein fit and ready for this? I think we probably play him over Alexander-Arnold, who obviously made that mistake. And at the back, we'll bring in Dejan Lovren. And actually, I mentioned before and didn't do it, I think it was last episode, actually, that I want Lovren to be a ball-playing defender. So that's what we're going to change him into. Hopefully that continues to have a good impact on the back. Now, the conundrum for me now is that we looked at Milner last time and I wasn't overly impressed with what I saw. With someone like Lucas in there, I think while he's not as mobile necessarily at 29. He's not that sort of player. Still a 3-star current ability player, right? He's still going to do a job in there. He's more suited to a more defensive role, but I think in the centre, you arguably are continuing to give more space to the players in forward areas, which I quite like. I'm also debating changing Mane to the winger role, having Keita as an inside forward on the left. I mean, it's tricky. I think going into this game then, we're going to start attacking though, and in terms of things to do, we're going to take off work ball into box. And I think that's all we'll do. It's going to be quite simple. Close down more, play out defence. Not too much going on in terms of team instructions. Trying to keep it a little bit more basic. But this Lucas Emre Can combination in the middle, I quite liked. I don't know. Let's roll with it. Actually, we'll bring Mignolet back in as well for Karius. Let's roll with this. I like it. I mean, Wijnaldum is probably thinking, when am I ever going to get a game? I guess I'll put him on the bench for Ojo. But then again, Ojo got an assist. So do we put him on the bench? I mean, there are so many decisions to be made. We'll take Milner out. There you are. I've made the decision. Actually, now Kevin Stewart can step out. Milner in. What an absolute mess, folks. What an absolute mess. Right, submit the team. Let's actually get into a game show. Play one. We've already played one, but we'll play another. Hull is the team we're playing. They're currently in 19th position. Only won one game this season. Should we find out who that was against? To compare with ourselves, they beat Everton, interestingly, and Bakani with a goal. They're a team that, based on the last 4 games, that do not score. That should be to our advantage because we're a team that don't really score either. So hopefully today we could get ourselves on the score sheet. We are away from home, but the favourites for the game. And let's see then. Currently in 9th position. A win today. We could see us go as high as maybe 6th or 7th if things go our way. There's a North London derby, Arsenal-Tottenham. So that's going to... Only one of those teams can win. I mean, they'll probably draw now I've said that. Hull are going with a very traditional 4-2-3-1 formation. Gulasiki's playing a little bit more advanced on the left-hand side. Abel Hernandez through the middle. And they've got El Mohammadi on the right. I mean, this is a team we should on paper be beating pretty comfortably. But with the way our season's gone so far, I'm not as confident as I perhaps should be. And again, they look, who is this person? Lucas today. Doesn't matter who it is. Someone always looks switched off. Passionately say there's a lot more to come from you. I believe what it takes. And again, I mean, we managed to make Lovren look switched off as well. The team talks just aren't going as planned. Right, let's go into the game. I do quite like the old 3D. I'm not being a connoisseur of the 3D that much. That's a very nice shot though, isn't it? We can all agree that's very picturesque. I like that. Okay, Abel Hernandez plays it back to Mason and Die, and we're going to see how Coutinho and Firmino do next to each other. Obviously, Firmino playing a little bit more attacking now in that Trequartista role, and that might be the thing that was required to change our fortunes as Hull come forward with the first chance, shot a goal. Okay, we're starting attacking fluid. Of course, we kind of tested this against Sunderland and found that in the second half we're a little bit more dangerous. Will that be the case again today as Firmino drops in? Like Firmino playing as a Trequartista, he will. I mean, that is a ball and a half. Where's that launched towards? Okay. I don't know why he did that, really. Chiesa was nearly on the end of it. As Marshall's throwing is poor. Mane's pounced onto it. Mane, through on goal. It's a poor throw out from David Marshall. And Sadio Mane gets his goal, second goal of the season. I think he scored on the opening day, did he not? And it's now got another one. I mean, the players are going mental. They're loving it. Absolutely loving it. 16 celebrations took place there. The throw out then, not good towards Curtis Davis. I mean, I don't know why he'd throw it out there, to be fair. And Mane fires in. 1-0. Good start, 12 minutes on the clock. I've got to be happy with this, haven't I? I mean, after what's happened recently, to get a goal at all is nice, even if it does come from a Hull error. Mignolet with the ball up then, towards Firmino, who's not the biggest, so I mean, as a target man, it probably won't work. Nathaniel Klein looks like he just punched that to Matip. We'll take it regardless. And now Chiesa on this other side. We've seen something from Mane. Will we see something from Chiesa as he takes on one, takes on a second, shot on goal. Straight at Marshall. Good save by Marshall, but nice little run. Again, cutting inside, getting a shot off, not just shooting it wide. I can be happy enough with that, I think. Can't be too disappointed. Hull are actually having more possession in the game, which is interesting. Of course, we're not playing our control style today. We're not trying to work it into the box. As a corner comes in from Coutinho, whipped in. Who rises there? Someone rose onto Lovren, and the ball has ended up in the back of the net. So I think that's 2-0. Oh, wait, no, it's not. I don't know what happened. Free kick to Hull. I mean, I do like the white lines and everything. It's just fancy, isn't it? And Hernandez comes forward. Of course, playing attacking, we do leave ourselves a little bit more exposed at the back as the ball's put in. Oh, my word. Okay, Hernandez has hit the bar from about a yard out. Misses the season contender right there. Mignolet claims it somehow falls into his hands. I'm not entirely sure how, but it does. As Krasicki's touch is poor, Lucas cleans it up. That's sort of the job I expect Lucas to do. No sort of fancy long-range passing or anything like this. Just if it needs to be fire fought, he will fight fire. Yeah, that's a sentence. As Mane drifts inside, I mean, just drifts into a crowded area, really. Not the best, is it? Lucas, that's the sort of area where you need to be winning that tackle, my friend. Klein comes across to cover. Back to Mignolet, and now hopefully he's going to launch this forward. Hopefully we'll find someone with the pass. Mane beaten in the air. We're not the best in in terms of height in the front four. There isn't all that much of it. I think Kieita's about 6'1" actually. So I guess if there's going to be any, it comes from him. Shan finds Coutinho. Again, poor pass into Coutinho from Shan, and all of a sudden there's a ball over the top, and we're left exposed. Abel Hernandez breaks forward, shot wide. That entire highlight led to that, and I don't like the fact it's ended in a Hull highlight. They've had a few now where if they're finishing more clinically, they're going to have goals. Mason with a free kick put in. Hernandez back to El Mohammadi. It's hit the bar again. It comes down. Klein clears. When we play attacking, it's a lot more exciting, but a lot more stressful. I mean, Hull could have had a couple so far in this game. As there's not long to go before half time. Matip lifts it forward. Why are we playing so many long balls? I know we're playing on mixed, but I mean, in terms of analysis, a lot of our long balls are just misplaced, and the ball over the top is crushing us every single time. And at last, frankly, Hull have got their goal. Has he been given offside? Lionel, are you keeping up with play there, or are you keeping up with play there, or is he? I mean, why has the linesman given up? What's all that the officials not cared about this? I mean, that's been coming for some time. Admittedly, Ben, you do have the ability to change this. At half-time we will do, essentially. That's... I mean, the amount of times I've seen us pump the ball forward and lose it is getting quite frustrating. I'm not pleased with how things are going. That would be a lie. I'm going to assertively say, you'd be performing well out there. No, again, I'm not happy with the performance. How can I be happy with this? I just want to see, though, team-wise, pass-wise, how many have been intercepted and how they're being intercepted. If we just take off that, I mean, it's quite clear even from this graph that all of our balls that are going long in any way are being intercepted every single time. So the first thing we need to do, and I don't know how this is going to affect things, but passing is going to be much shorter because the amount of direct passing we're doing is a joke and we're losing the ball consistently, which isn't good at all. That's the only change we'll make as we go into the second half. We started the game quite brightly, got our goal, but all of a sudden we've seen balls go over the top of Mignolet and Matip every single time. There's an argument to say actually we should maybe drop deeper, and I'll do that without thinking about it. I mean, logically speaking, right, Hernandez, quick striker, very, very pacey. Playing slightly deeper probably actually plays better for us. Yeah, I should have thought about that before the game probably, but we'll make the change now. Hopefully there's enough time to bring this back as Saeed goes forward on this left-hand side, plays it into Chiesa. He's got runners. He's got Firmino ahead of him. Chiesa goes for the... That's what I was worried about in the first half when he went forward and shot. That one went on target. That one didn't go on target. That was poor. 20 minutes to go, and I'm going to move Firmino, staying as a trequartista but moving him forward, and switch Mane up to be this winger, this outlet on the right-hand side. In fact, not just a winger, but an attacking winger on the right-hand side. Subtle change. Doesn't change too much in terms of the way players are positioned. It just makes Firmino a bit more of a focal point. As the time ticks down, is this going to be another draw? I feel like this is going to be another draw. We're getting Firmino off. He's not scored. We'll just put Origi on as a target man attack. I don't know what's happened to this team. I'd say what's happened. This has been the story of the season so far. We are draw specialists. Final chance of the game. Coutinho ball in. It has to happen now. It's headed clear by Grosicki. And still, I mean, this has been a very different game. But still, we're not able to find a breakthrough against these sides that we should be beating. We're basically Liverpool of real life as of right now. Although even with Mane we're struggling. It's Hull 1, Liverpool 1. I just don't know what to. I don't know what to say. Now I admit, and I'll say this now, right? For those watching, I've said they're unlucky. I don't know why I've done that. Hull were unlucky, if anything. I could be playing a system which is probably going to be way more conducive to how Liverpool would play in real life and how they would probably get results, right? I could play, for example, I could have kept Sturridge, played him up front, even played a diamond or something. But if you've watched my series before, that's something I've done quite often. I wanted to try something different, try and get the best out of the attacking talent we've had, as well as bring a little bit in as well to go alongside that to try and complement it. Pastore being the example. We haven't had Henderson all season, which is a bit of a bummer. So essentially, he's been injured for the most part, more recently especially. But I did think we'd try something different. We're getting to the point now, though, that we either persevere with this as the tactical familiarity is slowly becoming more and more, or we change it and essentially just play from now on something like this. We play two wingers on either side, we play our full-backs on support, maybe make them wing-backs, and play something a little bit more standard. But ideally, I'd like to try and make this work and figure out the perfect way to do it. Now, there may be people watching at home thinking, I have a system, I know how this is created. But this is part of me playing the game. Right? This is part of me figuring out the best way to get something out of this system. And hopefully you enjoy watching the progression of the way this is going to work. And hopefully we stay in the job long enough to see this through. So if you've enjoyed today's video, please do leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts then. What could we be changing? Is Lucas the perfect foil for Emre Can? Should we even play him maybe slightly deeper? Let me know, and we'll look at that next time then. We love with care. From me, that's Benji. Until next time, I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye.